from the exchequer. Alafu serikali utuma capitation kwa mashule ili iweze kufanya operations na kulipa support staff. Lakini kwa chuo kikuu serikali imekataa kulipa walimu directly.
Now, AMREF flying doctors personnel who perished in a recent aircraft crash have been honored in a sole memorial service that paid tribute to their dedication and selfless service in saving lives. The crew was on a humanitarian mission to evacuate a 2-year-old child from Somalia when their aircraft went down in Mwihoko area of Kiambu County. The memorial commemorated the lives of Captain Muthuka Munuve, Captain Brian Kimani, Dr. Charles Njoroge, and Nurse Jane Omusula, all of whom were remembered for their unwavering commitment to medical emergency response. Also honored were James Getau and Yvonne Nasimiu, members of the Mwihoko community who tragically lost their lives in the crash. All 6 victims have since been laid to rest as investigation into the cause of the crash continues.
The Lamb of God. The past 18 days have been the darkest of our lives. Each of us has felt the loss differently. To some, Munuve was a kind stranger. To others, he was a loyal friend, a dependable neighbor, a cherished relative, or a loving colleague.
As a family, we mourn Brao deeply. Yet in this pain, we have discovered something about ourselves. How strong we are together, how much closer we have become, and how intentional we have grown in showing love.
Though the heroes who are all here, who made the ultimate sacrifice in service of others, are not here to see this day today, we can all, the families especially, their mothers, their fathers, their children, and those grandchildren and others who will come after, know that we are very, very proud of them.
Out of all God's gifts, the gift of life is the greatest, okay? So we have to celebrate the time they were here with us.
Our deepest sympathies to the families that lost their loved ones. Now, moving on, an additional 45 health facilities are to be suspended by the Ministry of Health following the uncovering of widespread fraudulent activities involving claims submitted to the Social Health Authority, that is SHA. This brings the total number of suspended facilities to 90, marking the most significant crackdown on healthcare fraud in the recent years. Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale also added that claims made by healthcare facilities to the Social Health Authority worth 10.6 billion shillings have been rejected due to fraudulent activities and non-compliance.
Paid out of that 9 billion, 7.7 billion to health facilities. We have the health facilities, their names, their bank accounts, and we can account for every shilling we have given to them. Our facilities, that the majority of them were closed on the month of May. And you can check with the website of the regulator. You can check with the DHA. They were closed. Some were suspended. Some were downgraded. Mainly in a number of counties. Mandera County, Homa Bay County, Kisii County, Wajir County, Nairobi County, among many other, Bungoma County, Kisumu County. If you check my previous press statement, you'll find. So what the Kenyans and social media are telling us, you are telling us information that already we have. But we want genuine Kenyans who come to us every day, who report to us every day, who have become our whistleblower, and what they tell us is exactly what our system, our forensic audit.
Now to transport matters, where transport and business activities were for the better part of Monday disrupted in Nyeri town as matatu operators protested a directive by the county government to move them to the Field Marshal Muthoni Kirima bus terminus. The operators claim that the move will lead to the loss of livelihoods for those that feed off the matatu business in the existing terminus, and they now want the Mutahi Kahiga-led administration to add the stage as a fourth terminus of the town. Efforts to move the matatu operators to the 600 million shilling facility built in downtown Nyeri by the World Bank to help decongest the town have been subject to a protracted court cases 4 years since the terminus was completed. The matatu operators have since asked the residents to find alternate transport means until the standoff is resolved.
Na mimi sina shida, hata sijui shida ya kutolewa town ni gani. Hapa niko na miaka 30 na mimi sijaona shida. Saa hii sasa Kahiga anasema tutoke. Mimi sijui shida ya kutoka town ni gani. Sijaambiwa.
Hii magari unaona hii yote watu wamekopa pesa ndio wanunue magari. Hii biashara ikianza kusabaratishwa namna hii, watu watalipa aje? Tutakuwa tunaenda hatua mbili, moja mbele, tunarudi mbili nyuma.
Hauta control county kama classroom. Hatutasimama hapa, you create 1,000 jobs and kill 100,000 jobs. We are not going to be a part of the death of this town.
Kama hakuna customers town na hakuna biashara. Na so wakati magari zimeenda bali tunajua ndio zinamwaganga customer kwa town. So tukikaa hivyo na town ikae hivyo tutaendelea vizuri.
Now from transport matters to environment matters, where Environment and Climate Change Cabinet Secretary Deborah Baraza has called on IGAD members to continue sharing timely information to curb cross-border climate risks. Speaking during the 71st Greater Horn of Africa Climate Outlook Forum, she said the region has become very vulnerable to climate change effects, and sharing information will lead to better handling them. Now, she also, which requires joint effort. IGAD Deputy Executive Secretary Mohammed Abdi Ware called for a strengthened collaboration to turn forecast into action.
These climate-related risks do not respect borders. They test the resilience of both IGAD and EAC member states alike. Addressing them requires more than awareness. It calls for shared knowledge, timely information, and a united regional approach.
So after the scientists and the other partners present their information, then the outlook for the